All right, call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everybody tonight to the meeting. Need a roll call vote, please.
A vote on what?
Roll call.
Charles Cooper.
Here.
Mickey Duncan.
Here.
Vanessa Matthews.
Here.
Jenny Ledbetter.
Here.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
Here.
All present.
All right. Just read the minutes, please.
Regular meeting, February 2019. Be it remembered that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen met in regular monthly session Monday, February 11th, 2019 at 6 p.m. at City Hall in Jamestown, Tennessee, when the following proceedings were had and entered of record to wit. Present and presiding, the Honorable Lyndon Baines, Mayor, Gail Dishman, City Recorder, and on a roll call by City Recorder, the following members of the Board were present: Charles Cooper, Becky Duncan, Jenny Ledbetter, Vanessa Matthews, Elizabeth Pendergrass. Mayor Baines called the meeting to order and welcomed everyone for attending. The minutes from the previous meeting were read, and on a motion by Vanessa Matthews, seconded by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved the minutes for January 2019. Mayor Baines then asked, were there citizens with grievances? There were none, and or other business, at which time Leanne Smith with the chamber addressed the board and gave an update of what the chamber was all about and what was planned for the future months. Ms. Smith announced the JECDB board members and asked for a motion to approve those members. She then spoke of a planning grant that the chamber had received for $15,000 and that they would be an open meeting held on March 15th for the planning grant for all the city board members, county board members, and citizens for input. She concluded with sharing about the 3-Star program and how it helps the city and county when applying for grants. The board thanked Ms. Smith for coming to the meeting and for the updates. On a motion by Jenny Ledbetter, seconded by Vanessa Matthews, the board on a roll call vote, all for and none against, approved the JECDB board members as presented by Leanne Smith. Mayor Baines then gave the mayor's update on projects and meetings. He started with how proud he was of the water department for taking 6th place in the National Water Tasting Contest that took place in Washington, D.C., that it truly takes a team effort to achieve such an honor of winning state and then placing 6th nationally. He then stated that he would be meeting with TDOT to discuss the possibility of a sidewalk grant on Friday, February the 13th. Also, that he and Steve Brown, Park and Rec Superintendent, was working on a grant to hopefully put wheelchair swings in the park. He spoke of meeting with Congressman John Rose while in Washington, D.C., and Scott Desjardins, United States Representative, to talk about Highway 127 project and TDOT and FAA projects, and would be setting up meetings to discuss more with them. Tom Bennett with Bennett Associates then gave the engineer report. He discussed with the board the CDBG Community Block Grant sewer project of 1617 was completed, and that the application for the next CDBG sewer project was being submitted. He stated that these are very competitive grants throughout Tennessee with all the utility districts that apply for them, and that the city of Jamestown have been very fortunate to receive one every 2 years since 2009. That a lot of rehab and updates has been completed on the city's sewer system with the CDBG projects. Alderwoman Jenny Ledbetter then asked about the government executed order to help poverty areas throughout Tennessee. Some discussion with the board of where Jamestown and Fentress County was on the list of counties was held before moving on to the next item on the agenda. Bob Lane, the city building inspector, then gave the building and codes report. He stated that himself and David Starnes, the planner of the Planning Commission, had been working together on an ordinance to present to the planning board, then to the board of mayor and aldermen, on how to deal with dangerous buildings in the downtown area. Bailey Allred, city attorney, then gave the attorney update. He stated he had been working on the employee policy and procedure ordinance and had retyped for the board, and after working with the mayor and city supervisors, he would like to set up a workshop with the board to go over the ordinance and make any necessary changes. On a motion by Vanessa Matthews, seconded by Charles Cooper, the board on a all for and none against approved ordinance 1830, amending the specifications for installation of natural gas on second and final reading. On a motion by Jenny Ledbetter, second by Becky Duncan, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved for RFQs for city judge and building inspector application deadline be extended through March 1st, 2019 at 4 p.m. and that the board of mayor and aldermen would be conducting the interviews with the date and time to be decided and announced at a later date. And this would be held in the open meeting forum for the board to make a decision after the interview process. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, second by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved for gas department to purchase the vacuum machine that they had been renting for gas line projects. There had been $12,000 in rental paid, and 90% of these fees will be put towards the purchase price of $29,222, leaving a total amount to purchase in full of $18,422. On a motion by Becky Duncan, second by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved January bills for $698,150.07. On a motion by Jenny Ledbetter, seconded by Becky Duncan, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved January 2019 financial statements. Alderwoman Matthews asked City Recorder Gail Dishman if the financial statements only included the checking accounts. Ms. Dishman replied yes, it did. Ms. Matthews asked then if they could be something presented that included everything, and Ms. Dishman stated yes, that she would work with Carolyn Powell to come up with what she was asking for. On a motion by Becky Duncan and seconded by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to add Resolution 931 to the agenda. With a motion on the floor by Elizabeth Pendergrass, seconded by Becky Duncan, to approve Resolution 931 to promote downtown, some discussion was had, and the motion was rescinded by Elizabeth Pendergrass, seconded by Becky Duncan. And on a motion by Jenny Ledbetter, seconded by Vanessa Matthews, to send Resolution 931, promote downtown, back to the Planning Commission for clarification. And on a roll call vote, all for, none against, the motion passed. On a motion by Becky Duncan, seconded by Jenny Ledbetter, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to add to the agenda sale of surplus items on the GovDeals website. Within the same motion, the board approved the sale of the surplus items, which included the old city cable system. With no further business, on a motion by Becky Duncan, seconded by Charles Cooper, the board voted to adjourn.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Ms. Pendergrass. Do I have any discussion? And a seconded by Charles Cooper. Do a roll call vote. With her out. You wanna wait? I'll wait. That's what I was thinking. We'll wait just a minute till Ms. Ledbetter gets back. That's fine. We're fine. All right, a roll call vote to approve the minutes, please.
Charles Cooper. Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews. 4. Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4. None against.
All right, is there any grievances for any citizens or any other business? If no grievances, we have our back here would like to get up and say a few words, please.
Thank you guys for letting me come talk to you tonight. My wife Dorothy and I, I'm Dennis Smith, I'm sorry. My wife Dorothy and I have been working for our Medicare Network for several years. I've been with them since 2011. That we actually had 2 meetings tonight, and I got to pick which meeting I wanted to go to, so I come to talk to you all. But so I guess that's your all's loss and my gain on that. I'll just give you a real brief background. Our Medicare Network, or as you probably know us better, our EVAC. We've been around in the Albany base since 1991, I think it is. The company's been around since the 1980s early. We're a helicopter ambulance service. Our program began way back in the 80s with a membership service. The purpose of our membership was to allow us to have more helicopters placed in rural areas. At the time, there was just a few big helicopters in big towns at big hospitals. By us having helicopters in rural areas, it cuts the transit time for a patient drastically. You don't have to wait for that helicopter to come from Erlanger all the way here and then all the way back. But our company started with that, our membership program, and I'll tell you more about that real quick in just a second. But it also includes other companies. That's why we're in our Medicare network. We have Air Evac, we have Life Force out of Sparta, we have all the UT Lifestar helicopters. They're all part of the membership program. So if you're transported by any of those or any of our others throughout the United States, you're covered. The way the membership program works is it works by household. If a household signs up, then anybody who lives under that household is covered. And what it covers is if we fly you or one of our companies fly you, you're not going to get a bill from us. We're going to bill your insurance company, and whatever your insurance company pays, we're going to accept that as payment in full. And if you don't have insurance, you still don't get a bill from us. We do not bill our members, period. So it can save thousands and thousands of dollars because, let's say for example, you have a really good insurance company that pays 80%. Well, if you've got a $30,000, $40,000 bill, you still got to come up with 20% of that. So it can be a lot out of pocket. Our normal prices are $85 a year, not a month, but a year for the membership program for everybody under your roof. What we're asking today is to come to you and doing what we call an affinity plan. It's just an agreement between us. The agreement says that if we do come together, everybody under the water district that has your water would be able to buy a membership for $65 a year instead of $85. And then another thing that we'll do to promote this is if we come to that agreement is we will send out at our cost a letter to everyone in your water district, a letter saying that we've come to an agreement and that this is one of the benefits of getting water through you all that they have and that's available to them. And the only thing we would need from you would be to sign the agreement and a list of addresses for the people in your water district. That's it in a nutshell, and I try to go fast because I spent a year in the school system talking to boards of education, and I don't like my meetings to go too long when I was there. So, do you have any questions for me?
Do other surrounding areas, water companies, are they participating?
Yeah, I know Cumberland County does up in Kentucky. We live between Albany and Burkesville, and I know Cumberland County there does, and there's some more I'm sure do too. But, my wife handles more of that than I do. I'm kind of semi-retired from it.
Well, I know, like I said earlier, Allard has done it, and the Fetcher's Utility District done it too, I believe.
We've had a lot of different
Yes.
districts. The South Kentucky RCC Electric, which was in Kentucky, was Russell County, Clinton County, Pulaski County, Wayne County. All of them do a lot of electric districts, a lot of water districts. We all do it. It's just a good way to consolidate and get that discount,
Right.
and make it known.
Any more questions for the man?
If you guys do it, I'll tell you this last, each one of you has a copy of that agreement. All I need to get this ball started would be to sign, and it doesn't matter to us who signs it, sign the back sheet and initial each page, because they want us to initial each page, so it says initial. That's all I need to get you going and
So
started.
there's no cost to the city?
No cost at all. It's just,
To join or-
this is a benefit that you can give to your people. We'll provide the letters and do all that. All we need is the mailing list. Yeah.
All right. Do I have any motions or anything, any questions or anything?
I make a motion that we go ahead and offer this to our water customers.
I have a motion made by Ms. Matthews. Any more discussion? Do I have a second?
I second it.
Seconded by Ms. Pendergrass. need a roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper,
All right.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Kenny Ledbetter,
4.
Vanessa Matthews,
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass,
4.
all 4, none against.
Motion passed.
Thank you
all.
very much.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is report from the mayor. As we said in the minutes, I had a meeting with TDOT, Friday the 13th. We talked a lot about, working about making changes downtown about sidewalks, signals, pedestrian signals, replacing some signage and stuff down here by the courthouse, and they were all for it. We're even talking about a grant, a health grant through the state, for diabetes prevention, an active grant for that. So we're working on that with them. That should come in sometime around May. Most of these grants will, so they're gonna get with me on that. Also that same day, the governor was here in town, and I met with him. I just put it out there that I would like to meet with the governor one-on-one, and he told me to call his people. I did, and they're gonna set up a meeting with me and him sometime, probably around the 1st of April. We're working, we also won best water in the region, Region 4 in McMinnville here. So we're going to the state again. Let's see if we can win best in the state again. And I believe that is in August in Gatlinburg. So we won that again. So it's been, our water department has done a fantastic job. Also want to commend our street department and gas department and all this, because they've been working really hard. When we had the flood here a couple weeks ago, our guys are out doing a fantastic job, because a lot of the county roads are washing out. Our guys went out, cleaned out ditches, cleaned out things, and we did not have that problem here in the city limits. And I was really proud of them, and they were doing a great job, and I'm really proud of all our public works department. I'm really proud of all of them. So that's my report. We have the city engineer. Tom, what do you have to say?
I didn't have anything in particular to report tonight, Mayor.
All right. And next is city building inspector report. Mr. Lane is not here. So we'll go to the city attorney report.
For this week, I submitted to you guys during the work session 3 things: 2 property opinions regarding potential roads, and a residency opinion for the alderman. So you guys know what I've done this week, I guess already. And the mayor and I are getting together to go over the employment policies and procedures, that, including the health and safety pieces that we've not yet presented to you guys. So we're going to go over all that before we have our work session and schedule that. So you and I have been in communication about that.
Thank you, Mr. Allred. Yes.
I would like for you to go over the letter that you presented to me personally, please.
Okay. So one of the questions, the residency question that I addressed for the city this month was requested that it had been alleged that Miss Pendergrass was no longer a resident of Jamestown, and so it was asked of me to just do a letter of opinion stating, to prepare a letter just to state my legal opinion on that on behalf of the city. I consulted with MTAS ultimately, and the MTAS and I both arrived at the exact same, and I talked to 2 different people at MTAS. Our legal representative there, Stephanie Allen O'Hara, and another representative of ours, and both very, very, very definitively agreed that Ms. Pendergrass does meet the requirements of being a resident of Jamestown. Residency goes to intent, and which is difficult and almost impossible to prove. Her job is a regional position. She maintains her driver's license here, she pays taxes here, she maintains, she owns a home here and rents a home here. Her family is here. She has lots of reasons that she wants to keep this as her permanent, her intent is to keep this as her permanent residency. So it was extremely definitive in that regard, and very simple. There is a definite difference, even though her job takes her out a lot, and her personal life also may have her out of Fentress County a lot. It's not a matter of physical presence, it's a matter of where her intent to return is, and her intent to claim as her residency. So that is her intent, and I have been advised by other legal counsel and my own observations as well, based on Tennessee state law, case law. It goes on and on and on about, as far as that definitive answer. So it's very, very clear cut. No question whatsoever. All parties arriving at the same determination.
I have a question.
She,
Who would question this? Who alleged this? And it's a shame that you had to waste time on this.
well, the mayor asked me to research it, just on behalf of citizens'
That's,
complaints.
It was brought to my attention, and so I wanted it to be upfront and transparent, so that's the reason I had it done.
well, that's a shame that he had to waste time. That is obvious. I mean, that's my opinion.
And for the record, if this was not my residency, I would not stay on the board. That is just point blank. Because I have a family, and I do not like putting my family through this. Don't like them being questioned, because my family has nothing to do with this. I have personal issues going on. I don't ask you about your personal business, and don't ask me about mine. And I'm being very nice.
Thank you, Ms. Pendergrass. Now we'll move on to old business. Approval of Resolution 931 with the updates. And do I have a motion to approve Resolution 931?
I'll make the motion.
Who? Jenny, I'm sorry. Ms. Ledbetter made the motion. Any more discussion?
Has this already been read? Do we gotta read this out loud? Or we already done that one?
We did last time, I think we went over it, but
We made changes.
I started saying the changes. Do I have to point them out down there?
The changes was up here in the, correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Ledbetter, in the third paragraph?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah. The third paragraph is the only thing that would change where it is. The purpose of the goal of downtown revitalization to support current business and encourage growth of new business, hereby creating financial investment and job growth, at the same time increasing tax base for the city. That was the only change we made. All right, any more discussion? Do I have a second?
I second.
Seconded by Ms. Matthews. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper. Ricky Duncan. Jimmy Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
Or,
All 4, none against.
Resolution passes. Discussion of the board setting the meeting for the interviews of building inspector and city judge. The dates that y'all had picked is March 25th. Meet with a work session at 8 o'clock. The interviews will start at 10. I do need a motion to approve that.
Make that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Duncan. Any discussion? Do I have a second? seconded by Mr. Cooper. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper. Becky Duncan. Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against.
All right, we move to new business. Approval for the new hire at the sewer plant, James W. Strong. Application included in your package you have. The interview was held with Jacob Burke, Alderman Vanessa Matthews, Public Works Director Steve McCoy, and myself. Jacob, would you like to say anything about this about the interviews or anything?
No, unless they have any questions.
Y'all have any questions for Mr. Jacob? All right. I'll need a motion to hire. Huh?
Make a motion to hire him.
We have a motion made to hire him, by Mr. Cooper. Any more discussion? If not, I need a second, please.
I second it.
Seconded by Ms. Pendergrass. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
4.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against.
All right, number 2 on the new business is approval of the bills for February 2019.
In the amount of $712,249.38, which includes the natural gas bill.
All right, I need a motion to approve
I
bills.
make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Matthews. Any discussion?
That was,
Jeannie, sorry. My ears are not open right tonight. Any discussion? I need a second.
I make a second. I second it, sorry.
It's okay. Seconded by Ms. Pendergrass. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
4.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against.
All right. Number 3 is approval of the financial statement for February 2019.
General fund is $269,730.23. Water and sewer fund is $1,091,787.75. Natural gas fund is $1,390,443.61 with a total of $2,751,961.59.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the financial statement?
Make that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Duncan. Any more discussion? It's seconded by Mr. Cooper. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
4.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Jenny Ledbetter.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All 4, none against. What we had been asked for the last time, Carolyn's still working on it. She just couldn't.
I'm really just looking for a snapshot in time, you know, like a CDs, our loan balances, just something to kind
Can they
of.
be like separate?
Sure,
Okay.
We'll take care of that. We'll get it taken care of.
thank you.
All right. So now we have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, well, I figured Mr. Cooper would make the motion.
Second one, I made it.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Everybody seconded,
Yeah.
Mitch. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You meet Charles outside.
Yeah. I kid.